Hey guys, it's Annie, Creative.Cliche. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me and also kind of a Q&A, I guess. Yeah, so I'm just going to pick like a few of my most asked questions and I'm going to answer them. So yeah, if you guys want to get ready with me and hear a little bit more about me, then keep watching. Okay, so I think I'm going to do like a gray smoky eye because I haven't done one in a long time and I like this shade in here. So this is by Pretty Vulgar and this is the Nightingale eyeshadow palette. So I use this one all the time. It just looks wrecked. So I'm gonna go in with the color Dark Side here. It's that nice gray. It's over here. Put it straight, there we go. This black in here, as you can see, it's like totally hit pan. I use that for outlining my characters, like mapping out the cartoons. It's like such an opaque black, it's like crazy. Just gonna go into my crease here. So I would have to say my most asked question would be how I got into this and how I developed a style. And I know I've answered this in the past in other videos, but I just get this question asked so often. I think I would have to say that you literally just have to try as many different things as possible to figure out your style. I mean, I was lucky in the fact that pop art, cartoon kind of looks are like my thing. I don't know, it's just always been that way. I've never been able to draw like realistically really. Like I got really into drawing portraits, I would say like later on in high school. And then a little bit after high school, but it kind of like dropped off once I started to like work a lot more. So I got really lucky in the fact that I feel like not many people have a pop art style. And I don't know, I feel like I just have a very cohesive look within my looks without really trying. It's like, I guess it's just kind of what a style is. It just kind of all matches because it's kind of just who you are. I do special effects and horror looks as well as my cartoons, cartoons are like my main thing. But and I also do makeup in there as well. But I feel like when you see a post of mine, you can tell that it's mine no matter what it is. Even if it's a horror look, like you know that that's mine, like that I created that. I don't know, it's hard to explain. But I developed, I feel like a more cohesive like pop art feel with the different like vibrant colors once I was able to purchase my background. So these are all paper. I'm gonna do a full studio tour where I show you guys where I get them, and what the links are and everything like that and all that stuff. I think that that's a really good way to be able to kind of set your niche, I guess, and just like an overall layout for your page. And obviously it doesn't have to be different colors, you can just choose one feel. Like there are a lot of pages that have like pink is their thing. So every single background is pink and it's like all shades of pink that are different, like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But basically, if you're trying to figure out your style, it's just good to practice a bunch of different things and see what you like or what you enjoy. Well, that's the same thing, like what you enjoy doing. Because no matter if something like looks really cool, if it's something that you're not into, you're not gonna even want to keep it up, you know? And you're gonna burn out pretty quickly. I'm like doing this messy eye. I'm doing this smoky eye like so sloppily that it's like, I don't know how I feel about it. But I really like this color, so maybe I can just like make it work. But if you look back at my old work, even when I did the cartoons, it's just funny because the more that you practice, the more that you'll develop a style just kind of like without even really trying. It's like not really intentional, you just wind up progressing. And with my old cartoons, I remember I used to think that I couldn't draw things from a side, like and a lot of cartoon characters are actually not completely straight on. I would say probably about 95% of them, like you almost never see them straight on. I don't know why that is, but yeah, so I remember in the beginning, it was so difficult for me because I was like trying to visualize them being straight on because I was like, oh, I have to do it straight on because you guys are looking at my face from straight on. And as I did the looks more and more, it just, your brain changes. It's so weird. Like it's really interesting looking back at how I used to do things versus how I do them now. You develop such a confidence within yourself that you know that you could do anything, which is so crazy. Like, and the thing is, it's not even something that's cocky. It's just, I feel like especially with my personality, like even if I know that something's going to be difficult and take me like a whole day, I'm like, okay, well, I know that I can do it. I just know that that's gonna take me like freaking 10 hours. but I know that I can do it and I'll do it, you know? And that also leads into another question that I get asked often is, how do I find the motivation to just keep posting and keep going? Honestly, guys, I see this all the time, especially on Instagram. There are a lot of influencers who get really frustrated when it's just not their week, you know? And everyone has an off week or an off day where something just didn't do as well as you thought it would. And that really sucks when it's something that you're really proud of and something that you worked really hard on. And you're kind of like, I don't know, you just expect it to do a lot better than it does. And it doesn't, so you're kind of like just feeling like shit about yourself. When you get in those modes, it's better to just not focus on the numbers. Easier said than done, I know. But just keep focusing on the big picture. There are so many artists that I see get torn down by things like that. And in this, if you're trying to make this as a career, you need to get your emotions in check, which is so hard, like guys, I know. Especially because you guys know I suffer from depression. And just in general, this job is very stressful in that way because you do kind of start focusing on numbers and how many followers you're getting per day and things like that. So it does get really stressful in those moments, but the cool thing about this job is that you really don't know when something is going to go viral, or when you're having like a really shitty day, sometimes something completely amazing can happen. So you have to have that mindset as well because you really don't know. I remember I was having the worst day ever, and it was not ever, but like I was just so down, and I was having just one of those kind of life meltdowns where I was like, I don't know if this is right for me. You know, I was just feeling like shit, so I was like, whatever, I'm not even gonna do anything today. And I went and had like, I got like this huge box of like those Hungry Jack pancakes. And I literally had like 4 of them with like extra syrup, like extra butter, like everything. Like I was feeling like shit, so I wanted to feel like even worse, you know? And I was like, whatever, let me just check Instagram, even though I'm a loser and I'm not going anywhere in life. And I see all of these like followers start pouring in, and I'm like, what happened? Like I just got so freaked out. It's like, what? Like I couldn't even, that's like a really strange feeling, by the way, too, because you don't always know where something came from, and you have to like keep like searching it out to figure out like where someone shared you, because sometimes it's not even directly on Instagram. It could be from like Facebook, or someone shared you on YouTube or Snapchat, and Snapchat is what happened. So Nikki Tutorials actually shared my page on Snapchat. I just spit it, but I don't know if you saw that. And she like went through like my page, and it was just like so cool. And she like asked everyone to follow me. I was like, you know, especially because Nikki has been someone that I've been watching on YouTube for years. I just love her personality. I feel like she's such a great person. It's so weird to have people that you have looked up to and really admire see your work and are saying like that you're great, and you're like, what? You're great, you know? Like, oh, by the way, guys, I'm using paint right now, which I don't know why I'm actually using paint right now, because I just got eyeliners in. I was just gonna say I don't have any eyeliners, but whatever. I'm just gonna continue using this. So don't do this at home. I don't know if this is good for you or not. But when I run out of black eyeliner, in between I'll use paint. Let me just do this eye real quick so that I can keep talking. Okay, so I don't remember where I left off with what I was saying last, but having that mentality that something great is going to happen around the corner, honestly, I feel like it's just the best way to live life in general, but especially for this job, because it honestly is so true. It happens to me all the time. When I get in like little ruts, like there's something that propels me a little forward, then I'm in a rut, and then it's just always, you have to think of it like there's always a calm before the storm, you know? And trust me, guys, like I've been there. I know that it's hard not to focus on the numbers. It's hard to keep propelling forward when you're not seeing the followers coming in, or not seeing as much engagement as you would like. You know, it really does get hard, and you do get in ruts. I've had this problem actually more on YouTube. I feel bad talking about Instagram because I feel like I was kind of lucky in that aspect. Not lucky because I worked my ass off. I'm actually on my 3rd round of 100 Days of Makeup right now. And the thing is, you don't even have to be better than somebody else on this platform, which I think is another bright side. You just need to work harder than everyone else. And I know a lot of motivational speakers talk about this, and it is so true. Like, I might not be better than the next guy, but I'll freaking work 100 times harder than them, you know? And especially you need that tenacity to be able to succeed in this industry. because you just need to just keep freaking going. Don't even look behind. Don't look at what's going on now. Just keep focusing on the future, and if you want it bad enough, you're gonna get there. I feel like I keep going off on like side notes and I keep forgetting like where I'm headed. Guys, I feel like this tutorial is all over the place. Like, I just had my coffee like not too long ago, and I by accident did it like a size bigger than I normally do, which I need to have like a 6-ounce coffee no matter what. Like, if I have anything more than that, I'm just so jittery and I kind of go into like a slight panic attack, you know? So I feel like I'm like, and I like can't remember where I left off before this, but I remember the question, and the question was, how do you stay motivated? But yeah, just keep your head down, keep working, make sure that you respond to every comment, really make sure that you keep an engagement with your followers. I hate calling them followers because you guys are like friends to me, but it's really important to keep a community, because that's really what Instagram is all about. If you're struggling with the algorithm for the month, you need to keep in mind that no matter what, there are certain base rules for Instagram that always apply no matter what the algorithm is, and that is, Instagram is mainly, it's a community. That's the whole purpose of Instagram, you know? So as long as you're interacting with other people, supporting other people, making sure that you're responding back to your followers, and really just building that really close connection, because that's what it's all about. That's kind of what life's all about too. Getting real deep. Oh, but I remember the point that I was trying to make before, where I know how hard it is to keep motivated when you're not seeing results, or like not as much results as you were hoping, I guess. Like I was saying, for YouTube, that's kind of been my rut, I guess. I grew a lot faster on Instagram. It was like kind of like pretty rapidly. Over there, I think I'm at like 123. Yeah, 123,000, I think is where I'm at. But I think Instagram just came a lot easier to me because I understand the visual aspects of it. It's like a huge collage, I guess is what it is. And I think I'm just better at being able to see like the full vision on there than I am for YouTube. And it's just harder learning an algorithm on another platform. And you kind of get in your own head when you are doing really well on another platform and then try to transfer. I remember before I started YouTube, do you see my hand like shaking? I remember before I started YouTube, I was like, oh, this will be great. Like, I'll just be able to just open up a YouTube account and I'll have the same followers that I did on Instagram, and it'll just be like, it'll be perfect, you know? But it's not like that. And you have to think of it in terms of not that many people, some people don't have a YouTube account. It's just like how Facebook, the users who have Facebook most of the time don't have Instagram. It's like a different community, I guess. So you're kind of building from the ground up, but it makes sense. And it's just, I think it's just more weird for me because, like I said, like I've been watching YouTube for a long time, like even more so than TV. So to me, I can't really grasp the fact that some people just don't watch YouTube like that. And also, in kind of a harsh way, not everyone cares to get to know you more. Instagram can be really surface level like that, where people just want to see your photos, but they don't necessarily care about you or want to know more. And that's fine. Like, it's just, you can't think of it in a bad way. Because if you think about it, there's a lot of people who you probably like to look at, but you're like, there's not much more going on there. Like, you don't even care about their personality, really. I was just gonna be messy and like say a couple people, but like, it's mostly like, when you think of celebrities, you're like, oh, like I love their look, I love their fashion, love their makeup, but like, they're kind of like, I don't want to say like dead inside, but like, there are some people like that who you're like, just like them aesthetically, but you don't care to get to know them. But yeah, so it was really hard for me to continue YouTube without seeing the same results. It's been a lot tougher for me. So I know how you guys are feeling if you're not getting the kind of views that you think that you're gonna get, but you need to have a really strong vision in your head and just see only that, you know? Another most asked question is about my studio, and I do have a studio tour coming, guys. Really, like, I know I keep saying that, but we wanted to get everything kind of in order. I'm like looking at this stuff and like talking, but the way that my studio was set up before was I had a lot of things kind of on the ground pointing here. Does that make any sense? What I'm trying to say is I wanted things more cleaned up and kind of like more streamlined before I film the video for you guys. So I actually did my first vlog, getting some of the things that I needed for the studio in order to make the video, which is cool. So I hope that vlog's like not too cringy, because that was literally my first one, and filming in public, let alone in IKEA. So that was an adventure. But that is coming, I promise. And I'll also let you guys know what I have now versus what I used in the beginning, like different stages, because I think that could be really helpful. I feel like not a lot of videos go into what they used when they were first starting out versus today. And you're like, well, I'm not gonna buy that freaking like $1,000 camera just to take my pictures, you know what I mean? Another question that I get asked all the time is, how did I get into this? Like, what made me start face painting or body painting, whichever I guess you would describe it as. But actually the show Face Off on, what is that channel? I think it was on Sci-Fi, but that is so great. I think it's on Netflix now, so you can watch it on there. So it's a special effects show where they develop characters for like movies and things like that. It just really shows you kind of behind the scenes for the special effects industry. And I just fell in love with the monsters that they were creating, and they make them out of like face molds and things like that, which they make a lot of prosthetics, which I really wanted to get into that. I just said which like 100 times. The thing is, making those, at least when I looked it up, I'm sure that there's simpler ways once you actually know what to do, but it's hard to kind of teach yourself how to do those. If you have like a lot of time and the space to do it, there are obviously ways of doing it a lot easier, but it also can get pretty expensive. But yeah, so once I started figuring out that it was gonna be a lot harder to learn than I thought it would be, I kind of just went into just practicing face painting. So I just opened up an Instagram and I just started, you know, posting some of my looks. I wasn't posting consistent at all. It was pretty much just when I had time. It wasn't, you know, something that I really loved at the time. I just didn't have like a huge inspiration for it. But I was like, whatever, let me just do it. I'll post my looks, whatever. So I had more of like a special effects page in the beginning. Like I was doing like different cuts and, you know, it's still kind of like a cartoony kind of look. Like I would do like pop art zombies and things like that as well. But one day I was like, you know what, it would be fun to do Cynthia from the Rugrats, like, you know, the doll with like the hair. And it actually, my page went crazy. And like, it's funny because I was like, oh, it went viral, and it had like 1,000 likes, which is crazy still, you know? But it's just, as you, like, it's just funny the level that you think like something is viral versus like now when something's viral. Like I've had like some videos that have hit 1 million, you know, which is like what? But yeah, so it went viral for my page at the time. I only had like freaking like maybe like 300 followers, and those were mostly like friends and family at the time when I did that Cynthia look. And then I gained, I think I was at like 600 or 700 followers after the Cynthia look. And I was like, it just like propelled me forward, and I was like, this is so crazy. Like I need to start focusing on cartoons. And I just got really inspired to have it look more and more like the cartoon and try to get it as close as possible. And that really became a challenge for me, and that's what I found inspiring. But yeah, so that's where I started, and after that point, I really just pretty much fully focused on cartoons. I would say about like 90%. And then I still do like special effects looks, horror looks, and things like that in between, because it's still something that's interesting to me, and it's not too far out of like my like niche, I guess, because it's all makeup, it's all like relevant. As long as you keep a cohesive style, I think that that's like all that really matters. Like don't go too all over the place where like people can't tell that it's you. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. This look I feel like is kind of like messy as hell. But I think I'm just gonna like throw on a hat for work anyway, so like who cares? Alright guys, I'm just gonna straighten my hair real quick and I'll be back. Alright guys, so my hair was too greasy to like even try to wear down, so it's like sleeked ponytail it is. And I feel like this eye look is like very messy, but like kind of vogue, you know? So I hope that you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel. I do post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And you can follow me over on Instagram. I'll link it right up here. And if you guys stayed to the end of this video, you guys are like true friends right there, because this was kind of all over the place. I don't know how this is gonna go in editing, so hopefully I can make it work. But let me know what other videos you guys want to see. If you have any other questions, I can do like a full Q&A. Actually, I think I am going to do one of those. But let me know any other video ideas that you guys would like to see, and I'll see you on the next one.